Hello everyone, and welcome to my Duel Today official news channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. The Friday, November 3 spoilers for Days of Our Lives teased that Eric Brady returned home and pushed Sloane Peterson to be married today, leaving her to question why he felt the need to go ahead and get married. Eric declined to bring up the fact that Nicole Walker DeMera and E.J. DeMera were being married today, acting as though there was no need to wait. After Sloane agreed, Eric dressed up and asked Debbie Hall's character, Marlena Evans, to preside. Marlena accepted to conduct the ceremony, even though she was worried that Eric might make a snap decision. Brady Black, who consented to be Eric's best man, and Roman Brady were called in. Soon later, Marlena led them through their vows, and Sloane joined Eric. After a brief period of inattention, Eric returned to the game and finished his sentence. Following their ring exchange, Marlena declared Eric and Sloane to be husband and wife. Before they made their marriage official on the couch in their apartment, Eric planted a kiss on Sloane. Both Eric and Sloane agreed that they felt closer to each other now that they were married, but Eric wasn't sure he wanted this, and Sloane fretted about that weird moment at the wedding. Eric called Sloane Mrs. Sloane Peterson Brady to make fun of her and his insistence that it was. Nicole was informed of Chad DeMera's problems with Stephanie Johnson at the DeMera estate on Friday's episode of Days, and she also learned that Abigail DeMera was the reason behind them. Having performed that wedding today, Chad found it difficult to envision exchanging vows with anybody other than Abigail. Nicole was aware that her relationship with Eric had changed because he was still alive, but she also realized that sometimes it's difficult to let go of a person completely. Nevertheless, Eric was content with Sloane, while Nicole had found pleasure with EJ. After realizing that Abigail would want him to be happy as well, Chad resolved to go make amends with Stephanie. Chad merely hoped there was still time. During Friday's DOL performance, Stephanie ran into Everett Lynch in the town square and found that he had recently started working as the editor-in-chief of The Spectator. Stephanie was taken aback by the news because it appeared to be a significant decline in Everett's career. Before, Everett was a hotshot reporter constantly seeking out big stories and attempting to expand into other markets. Everett did, however, clarify that he found it difficult to relaunch his career following his recuperation because his Seattle job was already taken. Even though Everett made a respectable living at The Spectator, he hoped that living in Salem wouldn't cause any issues. Before talking about her issues with Chad, Stephanie gave Everett the assurance that he could live anywhere he desired. Since Everett had always been an excellent listener, he prodded Stephanie to open up, and she told him about Chad's late wife and their marital difficulties. Chad discovered Stephanie and Everett in the act of hugging at the park after Everett had brought them a pumpkin spice latte. On Friday's episode of Days, back at the DeMera home, Gabby and Stefan DeMera boasted to E.J. DeMera that they now had enough shares to unseat him after Lai Shin signed his over. E.J. was informed that there will be a shareholder meeting this afternoon and that he should retrieve his belongings from the office unless he wanted them disposed of. Stefan and Gabby wouldn't get away with this. An enraged E.J. threatened. E.J. threatened to exact revenge and made it plain that Gabby and Stefan should enjoy their small victory before telling them to go enjoy themselves. E.J. later protested to his new wife after seeing on his phone that the ouster was official. Nicole talked E.J. into spending some wild wedding night fun with her down in the secret chamber, saying they could figure out a plan to deal with all of this tomorrow. On Friday's episode of Days, Lai was at home fuming over Gabby's betrayal and gripping a huge knife when he spoke with Marlena on the phone. After their grueling therapy session, Marlena wanted to see how Lai was doing, but he swore he was great and that he no longer felt anything for Gabby. Lai claimed that Gabby was practically dead to him. Lai convinced Marlena that he was merely using a figure of speech after clarifying, but Wendy caught him with the knife. Lai eventually acknowledged that Gabby had conned him into signing away his shares, despite his initial claims that he was only organizing some dinner prep. When Lei realized his father would be furious, he smiled and impersonated Mr. Wai Shin. Wendy was trying to console Lei, who seemed like he was losing it a little. Additionally, Wendy learned of their father's abandonment of Lei's first love, which was discussed in therapy today. Lei now wanted Gabby to be miserable, even if he had hoped to let go of her. Wendy began to worry about what Lei may do, but he reassured her that he wouldn't be the one to cause her any suffering. He encouraged her to stick with her date night arrangements with Trip Johnson and said that at least one of them should be happy after Wendy showed support and gave Lei a hug. Later, Lei's body lay on the ground, still suffering from a backstab wound. Gabby was standing over Lei when Stefan entered the door, holding the knife, and she appeared startled as he took in the horrifying sight. Don't miss all the action because spoilers for Days of Our Lives indicate that Gabby will soon find herself in serious jeopardy. According to Monday, November 6 spoilers for Days of Our Lives. Trip Johnson will go see Ava Vitali at the bistro and tell her again how proud he is. Trip hopes that Ava's new position as the facilities manager would provide his mother with a good opportunity for a fresh start. Naturally, Trip is unaware that the bistro is actually a drug front and that Gil Carter is in charge of operations there on behalf of Clyde Weston, James Reed. While Harris Michaels and Trip are around, Gil will continue to put on his charm, but Harris will start to doubt him more and more. In Monday's DOO episode, Harris will engage with Jill and Ava in some weird ways, but Ava will try to explain away anything that seems strange. Ava will issue another warning, but Gil will press her to keep Harris close and keep an eye on how much the police learn about their dubious activities. Ava will make it plain that she doesn't want any problems for Trip and Harris, but Gil might respond by telling her to keep doing what she is told if she wants to ensure their safety. Trip and Wendy Shin, in the meantime, will want to finish their romantic evening a little early. Maybe Wendy will want to see how Lei Shin is doing. Gabby DeMiro will next reassure Stefan DeMira on Monday's episode of Days that she is innocent and unrelated to Lei's horrific conclusion. Gabby will testify to Stefan that she wasn't the one who initially placed the knife there and will maintain that she only removed it carelessly from Lei's back. Stefan will believe Gabby, but he will also realize that this is not good and that they should leave the flat right away. Wendy and Trip will return home to an awful scene before Gabby and Stefan can run off. Trip will discover that Lei is still alive and insist on taking him to the hospital as soon as possible. Despite Gabby's opinion that he has already passed away, Stefan will wish for Lei to heal fully and clear Gabby's record. But that is not going to occur. Day spoilers suggest that Lei would say goodbye to Wendy in a whisper, maybe expressing his love for his younger sister. Lei may also accuse Gabby of doing this to him as his last act of retaliation, even if she for once appears to be completely innocent. Thanks for watching if you like this video. So please don't forget to subscribe my channel and don't miss any update.